All right, welcome. My name is Heather Hansen, and I am a mind body skills group facilitator, which means that I facilitate healing for people as a group because coming together, making changes, overcoming obstacles it's vital that we have support through community. And that's what I love about what we do here. So we are many of us here have partnered with a superfoods company called Purium. And I just started my first 90-day protocol a couple months ago. And I've experienced changes I only dreamed of, that I thought were impossible for me. First of all, I've kicked cravings, so no more coffee. No, I wasn't a huge coffee drinker, but I would have my one really strong cup in the morning. And if I didn't have it, I'd have a headache by noon. And on day 3 of consuming these delicious superfoods, I felt so much energy that I thought, well, maybe I'll not have coffee today. And I gave it a shot and I had no headache and I haven't wanted it since. It just like I've tried it and it tastes like battery acid to me. I've also lost 18 pounds. I feel my hormones coming into balance where before I would have really painful like PMS symptoms. Last month, totally gone. I had no idea my period was even coming. It was just kind of shocking. Actually, I was like, wow. And I felt so good the whole time. Um, what else? I noticed less hair coming off when I'm washing my hair. I'm losing less hair in the shower and it's becoming so much thicker. My skin is after postpartum, I have a 3-year-old daughter. I've had like terrible acne on my chin and, I have a lot of wellness practitioners around me and I kept hearing things like, the hormones were out of balance. My chi was out of balance. And so I was trying various things, having a hard time sticking with anything, but this like really stuck and that chin acne totally gone. Look, clear as day. And it was painful, like it was cystic, and I'd never experienced anything like that before. It lasted about a year. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, what else? There's so many things, like the energy is better, sleeping better. I've noticed it's just way easier to make healthier choices now that my body is alkalized, my taste buds have changed. And what I crave now is like really vibrant foods. Like I can really actually feel the vibration of food. And, I heard it said that your vibration is only as high as the food that you eat. And so I've been on a spiritual path for a long time, but I feel like this really took it to the next level. So you're going to hear some really amazing stories today of health recovery. Um, Got a few more people coming in. So first, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Tarashea. She is the beautiful woman who introduced me to this beautiful protocol that I was praying for. And it was very synchronistic how I met her. And I believe that synchronicities lead us to, where we need to go in life. And so I just kept saying yes when she shared things with me. And I'm really glad I did. So Tarashea is an intuitive healer. And she's just an amazing teacher. She really walks the walk and, lives a life of consuming just amazing food. It's fun camping with her because it's like she keeps me on good track. So, Tarashea, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you, Heather, for that marvelous introduction. Appreciate you. I love your intention. I love your generosity and your vision and your participation and your just willingness and lust for, for a healthier, vibrant life and being able to empower those that cross your path that want to experience change. And this is definitely life changing. So, I'm a Reiki master, which is a Japanese healing modality, working with the meridians, the energy field. Um, as well as an intuitive healer and a regenerative health coach, I guess, like looking at that on all angles on how much, our nutrition really impacts every domain that we are living, our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. And I agree with the vibration, energy, frequency, and information. You know, we are kind of not just what we eat, like Rachel mentions, like we are what our food eats, and noticing how we feel and noticing, are we even getting the nutrients that our bodies are starving for, especially in this generation, in this day and age. Like 50 years ago, we can eat one apple, and the amount of nutrients that we could be able to obtain from that and would be 5 apples today. And that's just crazy. So being able to really look at the soil being regenerative, you know, how our, the farmings are the rotation, and being able to even support then our gut health, that we're getting the maximum absorption from the, you know, the nutrients that we're consuming. It's not always about calories. Our body's hungry for nutrients and that density and that bioavailability. So I'm thankful for everyone here and for this protocol finding me. And again, too, praying for that. I know there's a solution. So I personally experienced more of like migraines and headaches for a decade, always coming up around my menstrual cycle. It would be unpredictable. So really having to live my life around that, to where it was almost like slavery. It's like, oh, well, what's going to happen? And I know about balancing our hormones, just like, oh, vitamins and minerals. And there's so many misdiagnoses because of the mineral and vitamin deficiency. And so I'm like, I knew my body needed more, needed something. And what's really nice about this whole protocol is that it is not just our meals, but it's not just supplements, it's a complement. So it is something that we need in our daily, you know, routine and ritual for our nutrition. And that really makes an impact on our overall being able to alkaline our body, being able to build more immunity, being able to just feel more in alignment, feel balanced, and feel happier and healthier and move throughout our day and our lives. And so I came across this in February. So it was my 9-year sobriety date. And I'm like, I need more change. And, so I started this, and within a few months, instead of having probably 12 more migraines, I had 3.5. And the other amazing thing is being the recovery, you know, like the bouncing back from something. And so the headaches would be cut in half, and being, instead of like a couple a week, it's more like one or two every, you know, 2 to 3 weeks. And so that's really nice, to where it's like, oh, regulating my system, and these things are possible, and we don't have to live. If anyone's ever had migraines or headaches, I mean, it's complete misery. I want to say the opposite of heaven. And I'm just like, I'm going to anchor in heaven on earth, and, you know, may the things come into my path that's going to help me do that. And so that's really just a really blessing. And it's a huge relief when you go through that, not being able to keep anything down, let alone eat for a few days, let alone be exposed to light. You just want to, I was just more like, okay, I'm going to sleep it off, drink some teas, some herbs, something. I would listen to some healing frequency music. Just mainly, I just want to go to sleep and feel better, because the functionality was not there. And so that's really nice to be like, wow, getting my life back. And the relief is provided. The solutions are here. If you feel like, you know, it's the dark night and you're just like, there's nothing out there. I've tried everything. I thought so. I went through Ayurveda. I went through naturopath. I went through nutritionists, herbalists, osteopaths, everything. And even my passion with the energetic, emotional, and spiritual root to physical elements. And knowing the way that nutrition can really complement and really is such a vital, essential in our well-being, is something to be properly informed, and so that we can make educated decisions, so that we can know that there's ways that we can really support our body, support our health, and experience this ultimate lifestyle transformation. I also was big on, you know, cutting refined sugars out since 2018. Yet I was still into, okay, coconut sugars and anything else, kombucha and all this stuff. I'd have a couple a week, chocolate bars. And it's so nice to kind of be have cut those chains to where they're not holding me, they're not controlling me. It's like, oh, I can have a chocolate bar on my coffee table and not necessarily consume the whole thing in 10 minutes versus, oh, it's been there for 2 or 3 weeks. I can choose to eat this. I don't have to be like, oh, well, it's choosing me. You have to consume it. There's this compelling like impulse and you have no control. So if you feel like that, there is so much relief, and it's really nice to see that this starts to happen within days. Within days, our body starts to regulate and alkaline. So it really kind of releases us from that kind of capture and confinement. Um, and I even lost weight. It wasn't my intention. Mine was to support my gut health, to really like rebuild my gut lining and really have, be able to make sure that my body is absorbing the maximum nutrients so that I feel on track and I'm able to function throughout my day. So that's pretty much a nice little summary. I'm sure that there's more. It tastes good. I'm big on superfoods and the aminos, and it really, really helps. So it's a combination of things, and that's something we really ought to look at, that it's not just one thing, and that we see results. We see real results quickly, and they're for long term. So that is a blessing. And I'd like to welcome and share Laura's story. So, I appreciate her being on the team, and I appreciate this opportunity that we can have people around the world. She's in Chicago and I'm in California. So I would love to hear your story with before and after on this protocol with the superfoods. And thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Tarashea. And I am very excited to share my story because it's so life-changing that I have discovered this protocol as well, because for around 17 years I had rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease. And I've been on all sorts of medications for this long, since I was 25, I want to say, or so. So, yeah, and also I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, so another autoimmune issue. And as I said, I was on these medications for years, and it was just such a struggle because I would like get sick a lot, because all those meds would make my suppress my immune system, and I was always tired, always sick. It was just horrible. And a few years ago, I embarked on a spiritual journey, and I started doing all the energy healing. And at some point, I realized that we're not meant to be sick, and our bodies are meant to heal. They know how to heal. And I started, different practices, and I at some point decided that I will get off of all my medications, and I didn't know how at that point, but I will get healthy again. And so I changed my diet. I became vegan. I did a lot of things energetically, and I did see a difference. However, I want to say maybe 8 months ago, my health started declining, and I started feeling the symptoms again. I had really bad flare-ups where it was impossible to function. So I couldn't work. I was just so drained and fatigued all the time because the inflammation was just taking over my body. And since I didn't want to go back on medication, I'm like, no, I'm going to figure this out on my own. And, it got so bad to the point where one day I sat down and I really connected with my team, with my higher self, and really asked for guidance. And I really wanted to manifest something that would help me. And at that point, I really didn't realize that what was missing, the nutrition, and just now that I think about it, I was neglecting my physical body. I was doing all the other stuff, but I was really not providing nutrition and care for my physical body. So it was amazing that few days later, I got invited to a Zoom call just like this one. And I heard all these amazing stories of recoveries and how, people's health got so much better and they healed from all of those diseases. And I was like, I need to try this. And I did. I signed up right away, and it was just mind blowing that few days later, I felt like when I started the protocol, I felt such a difference. So from being extremely fatigued, like taking multiple naps a day, and just not wanting to live. Now that I think about it, I never was diagnosed, but I know that I had horrible depression. It was really, really bad. I didn't even want to live anymore. It got to the point where it was really sad. And yeah, within few days of starting this protocol, I started seeing reduction in inflammation. My energy was coming back, and also what I noticed right away was the mental clarity that I got. Like I didn't even realize that I was living in such a fog. I want to say like my third eye was opening, and so much like mucus was coming out, and like I was purging. I was like my body was clearing all those toxins and whatever was there. And I was, like now I am on day 65 or so, and I wake up, I have no joint pain. I am excited for the day. Like I want to do things. I'm finally like, excited and inspired to build my business and connect with people. Whereas before I was just like, completely in hermit mode. Like, I didn't want to socialize. I didn't want to have anything to do with outside world whatsoever. And now I'm just like, I'm getting my life back. So this is like really life changing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I cannot even believe that this is real. This is my reality right now. So yeah. And also, I can relate with the hormone imbalance, Heather, that, like you mentioned. I just remember that, for the past year, I've noticed that my cycle was so short. It was like 24 days. And I'm like, something must be off. And now with this protocol, I've seen so many amazing changes. And I don't even feel like when my period is coming, and it's like 30 days, which is perfect, to me. So yeah, that's another thing that's wonderful. And my mood, I don't have the mood swings. I don't have the cravings, because for the past, like before I started the protocol, it was so bad. All I wanted was sweets. I was trying to eat healthy, and as I said, I was vegan and all that stuff, and it really helped, but like the craving for the sweet was insane. And now, as you mentioned, Tarashea, now I can choose if I want like a little, treat, it's okay. But like, yeah, the stuff that I bought months ago, it's still sitting in in my pantry. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So yeah, thank you for letting me share.
I love your story. This is the first time I've heard your story, Laura, and it just really moves me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so happy for you.
Yes, thank you so much, Laura. That's just so amazing.
All right. So we have another share. Are we going to have Gwyneth share today? I can't remember. Do you want to share, Gwyneth? I
Yeah, if
love
you want to share a
hearing.
little bit.
Oh, sure, sure. We got a bunch of new people here.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for approaching 9 years now, so I can tell you if you stay with this, your life will definitely get different and better. I want to say around 9 years ago, I was definitely struggling. I have battled with weight a lot of my life, and the up and down, the yo-yo, and I tried everything imaginable. And I'm a pretty industrious guy. I was doing a lot. I'm an artist and art teacher. I was working 50 and 60-hour weeks. Very stressful work. It wasn't unusual to find me on the couch, and it wasn't for sweets for me. It was chips. I could eat a whole bag. And, that wasn't serving me well. I had, like I said, I picked up so much weight. But our dear friend Rachel had done a post, and I saw it, and I've known Rachel from way back in the arts. We've known each other quite a few years. Anyhow, I trusted her, and I said, well, God, maybe I should check this out. So we interacted, and I decided to go for it. And it was pretty amazing. I mean, really love the simplicity of it. For me, if I could eat one meal a day, which is what I typically do, and have two of these green drinks, I'm satisfied, and it's easy. I've got plenty of energy. That wasn't the case before. I was always looking for some sort of herbal supplement or something. But so the first thing that got me, of course, is that it tastes incredibly good. I mean, I've had green drinks before that weren't. Uh, and I could just take I was putting them in baggies to take it to work, right? And put them in there. And my tart cherry, I'd put it in a little container, and I just made sure I got this stuff in me. And I was dropping like a pound a day. And that kind of really got my attention. By the end of that first month, I was scheduled for, I didn't mention this, but I had sleep apnea and hypothyroid as well. And I was scheduled for a sleep study. So I went ahead and did that. And I was sitting there in the office, and I hated the CPAP. That's the solution that sleep apnea, this mask with this pressurized air is horrible. Um, but anyhow, they looked at me and told me, you're one breath from normal. And I went, what? Right. And I went home, and it was just a day or two after that it was the end of the month. And I looked in the mirror. I had dropped 7.5 inches off my gut, which was the most disgusting part about my weight. I mean, I had really gathered a midsection, and, 25 pounds down, I was looking in the mirror going, my God, I've almost got a six pack. What happened? And my muscle tone was there. And so, I've continued using it. My goal was, 40 pounds. That I achieved that by the third month. Hypothyroid, I was able to slowly titrate back on the meds. And by the fifth month, I was able to get off that. So I'm med free. I mean, back probably 3 or 4 years ago, one doctor said, you got the physiology of a young child. And I'm 71 now. So, that's pretty impressive. And, my most recent, I did a sleep study about a little over a year ago. No incidences of stopping breathing, and deep REM sleep, and of course, no meds. So it's definitely, this stuff really changes lives, and it's not just another shake. It's something that really feeds your body what it needs, and the body does any healing. It's just we're giving it high quality fuel. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Glennis. Yes, it's known as like liquid sunshine, really pouring life back into our bodies. And it's really great to see and hear and listen to people's transformational stories and what an impact that this has on our lives and what other people can see possible for them.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go over this protocol. Was there another story to be shared today, Tarashea?
Well, we've got till 10:30.
Okay. Well, let's go over the protocol for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and share my screen, and I'll let you talk. Does that sound good, Tarashea?
Okay.
All right. Can everybody see that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right, everyone. Welcome to your ultimate lifestyle transformation. And thank you. I congratulate you, and I'm proud of you for taking the next step on being able to really upgrade your health. So this is the 90-day ULT, Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And this is everything that comes in your first month. And keep in mind, it's like almost a replacement of your groceries. And you can have the opportunity of saving like $300 a month. So this replaces 60 of your 90 meals in your 30 days. and being able to see you have your power shake, which has got spirulina in it to help detox the body of heavy metals. You know, if you've ever had dental work, if, you know, we're just cross contamination, you know, just, you know, experience a lot of things to be able to support that liver, and your body. And also with the meal, super meal has got rhodiola to help balance hormones. It's got your superfood mushrooms. It's got, broccoli sprouts, which helps rebuild the lining of your gut. And they are not only taste good, but they're also grown in regenerative soil. So that's going to help maximize the nutrient density that's in the food. And what's unique about this as well is like, done through a windmill, and it's like more of a crystalline powder instead of, you know, when people think of like if you take oatmeal and blend it up in a blender and you get a powder, it's much different. It's live, freeze dried, you know, live food and that our bodies need. And that's just really great. And then you got the super aminos 23, which is going to help you give you natural energy, help build muscle in your sleep, help support your tissues. It is made from non-soy legumes, and it's a really good source of protein. So you think of like people eat meat, it's a good kind of replacer, and just giving your body a break, a pause on what it is we were, you know, consuming or whatnot, and being able to check it out. You know, I mean, it's like 30, 60, 90 days. So really to be able to experience yourself. We're most known too for the Biomedic, which is a prebiotic, probiotic plus biotic, which helps eliminate the glyphosate, which is the harmful toxin in Roundup. You hear all those lawsuits and all the people having a lot of repercussion from that. That's being able to eliminate the glyphosate about 40 or 74% within 6 weeks. Really helps detox the liver, and, or well, not just, you know, I mean, really a support, really supportive. The super cleanser, here to the right, is really about also eliminating parasites and helping eliminate pathogens within our body, helping keep those free radicals away, and really being able to, that we just do that. We prep our body for the 10 days, and then we use that through the 10 days. We have flex food. Remind you, we're not starving ourselves. We're not juicing. We're not, you know, we're really being able to implement this and have your fresh fruits, vegetables, and have a good hearty, you know, greens in the evening for your dinner or lunch. And the apothecary is a good concentrate. It's a cherry juice concentrate. And we're like said to have like 12 pieces of fruit a day. And right there, you're able to get that. It helps with deep REM sleep. It helps with aging, anti-inflammatory, and high antioxidants. So you can also take it through the day. You can add it to your water, really help regulate your digestive system, really help your colon and absorption, and being able to, the process of elimination. So your waste, if you're having any congestion up there and not having a regulated system, as Rachel would say, it helps you poop. So that's really nice to add, and knowing that that's all going to be supportive, and you get all that. And it's like $12 a day. $12 a day replaces 2 of your meals and your supplements. So I don't know about you or where we're going, but we can't really get a good hearty meal for $6.50 or $6 a day. And then let alone that that's 2 of your meals a day. And then being able to eat what you like through the day, and just watch your body alkaline, watch your body start, your taste buds start to change. You start craving different things. And that's just, it's a miracle kind of thing, you know. And then that you have a few that you can choose from. When you have the regular ULT, you have the ULT plus immune, which will give you the zinc aid with vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, help with maximizing your immune system, and really overall great support. The performance pack is for people who are more athletic, more in movement oriented workout, that there's being able to support your muscles in recovery. So we also have the super exanthin, and that is really great for not only eyesight, it's good for not being so sore before and after workouts. So you can really be able to implement that is amazing. And that would be like $22 a day. So, cause that's a little bit more because it comes with the cocoa hydrate. Make sure you get hydrated, and they can't beat this because beets are really good for your body. And then the ULT collagen is got, more about the dark berry protein, which is collagen builder. And it's really nice to know why we don't want to take collagen, because it can activate like an overdrive in the body and tax the adrenal glands and makes your body work harder to try to process this proteins, versus complementing your body and really building up your body's natural ability to produce collagen, which is what we want. And that's, some mushrooms, and even lion's mane is good for memory, cognitive function. So that's a really overall plus, which is there's a bunch of mushrooms in the regular ULT. So you have your choice. And this is a really nice, just a really nice way to get our nutrition and to know that we're being able to get what our body needs, especially in this generation. So hopefully I went over most of it. Heather, if I left something out, let me know.
Yeah, I just want to say, so you see here, it's $480, but if you reach out to whoever invited you to this call today, they have a 25% off referral code to give you. So it'll make it $360, and this is for the basic pack here, and the basic ULT, I should say, Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And so, so that makes $12 a day. And I just want to just really emphasize this does replace your breakfast and lunch. And so I don't know about you, but especially if you're trying to eat organic, I know I was spending way more than that. I was spending way more than $6 for breakfast often and $6 for lunch. Anybody else? How much do you think you spent on groceries or going out and all the junk? You got to think about that.
And I love that you say that. Like, it's not just a weight loss thing, it's nutrition. And then you were mentioning where you would normally spend almost 300 a week on food. You have a fiance, you have an 18-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter, and being able to know like, well, go through the week and you're like, I got no food in the fridge. And it's like, wait, you have to go out to eat, then you're spending more. And I loved hearing your week testimonies where it was like, oh my gosh, I've only spent like $150 on groceries this week. I still have food in the fridge that I can cook my family.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. There's like way less trips to like the coffee shops or going out to eat, so that saves a ton of money right there, because it's expensive.
Time saver.
Yeah. And a time saver too. So I am, cooking more because I'm not having to prepare or go out, I'm have this one beautiful meal that I look so forward to cooking each day, or preparing, because it's not always cooked. And yeah, I've noticed I've saved a lot of time in the kitchen, and there's a lot less dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, so I love that. I'm not having to do so many dishes every day. So should we open it up to some questions now? Would anybody like to throw any questions out there or share anything else that we might have missed? I think I'll stop the recording now.